But if you sit on the beach on a clear night and you can hear everything around you and all those holiday makers have gone, sometimes you can hear a faint ringing of bells in the distance. Now, a few people have heard that and they've gone home thinking, oh my good Lord, I need an early night. I'm starting to hear things now. But I promise you, you're not hearing things. Because on that great expanse of the blue sea, there once was a land. It didn't used to be all sea. There once was a beautiful land named Cantref Gwaelod. Cantref Gwaelod was a wonderful place, and I know it sounds a bit biased because I am from Wales, but it did really showcase the best of our talents. There was musicians there. There was everybody you could possibly think of living there. Beautiful women. The most beautiful was, of course, the princess of Cantref Gwaelod. Well, come on, it's a Welsh folk tale. We do have to have a pretty girl in there somewhere, don't we? All Welsh folk tales have a pretty girl. And she was the king's daughter. Now, the king, this is a bit of a tongue twister, the king was called King Gwyddnog Aranhir. Don't worry, I don't expect you to remember that. And he was a wonderful king. He was kind and loyal and just. Well, we could really do with one of them nowadays, but that's beside the point. Don't get me into a political argument. And he was wonderful and he was kind to everybody. But there was one thing about this land that was really bad. And what could that be? Well, it was the sea, of course, because Cantref Gwaelod was an island, so you wouldn't think the islanders would be afraid of the sea. But they were. It ruled their lives. I mean, you know, it was coming over the walls because they had to have walls there, see. Because this island was lower than sea level. It's a bit dangerous. And mothers used to tell their children, oh, don't go out and play later after dark because the sea monster will come and get you. Parents were so sadistic back then. Anyway, the sea ruled their lives and the children were terrified of it. But somehow they managed to jog along okay, thanks to the watchmen. The watchmen were so important because they would patrol the walls, looking for any danger. And if there was any danger, like the sea was roaring up too close to the walls, they'd go and rush up the tower and ring the warning bell, ding-a-ling-a-ling, ding-a-ling-a-ling, and tell everybody to run for the hills with all their belongings. Now, there wasn't many of these fire drills, well, not exactly fire drills, but water drills, they called them in those days. Children used to have water drills in school. And yes, well, and the, oh. Well, the main one, I'm so sorry about this.
No, don't worry about it. Just take a breath, relax yourself and carry on. You're fine.
The main watchman had a very important job. He was supposed to be courageous. He was supposed to be brave. He was supposed to protect his kingdom. Unfortunately, the main watchman at the time, whose name was Seithenyn, was a little bit lazy. You know, he'd tend to sit back, relax, just watch the waves gently flowing, and let these two poor old men do all the work for him. Now, that's not fair at all, and he had no respect for the elderly, but there you go. And Seithenyn one day was very excited because that night he had been invited to a party, and it was the princess's 18th birthday party in the castle. I think you know what's coming now, but Seithenyn had his eye on the princess and had his eye on her for a little while. So at this party he'd been planning to tell her that he had his eye on her. I think we all know what's coming, don't we? So he was in excitement, you know, he was in front of the mirror, gelling his hair, making sure he had no spots, looking, peering in the mirror, oh, do I look all right? Will she like me back? And these old men were just standing there like young people these days. One thing on their minds, only one thing. Oh, I know. Only one thing on their minds. I like sheep, said Roger. Yes, Llewellyn, I know you like sheep. You've told me that. Do you want to go to the party tonight? I think we've been invited, you know, everybody's been invited. No, I prefer to be at home with the sheep. Lots stuff to do, haven't I? Is that all you ever think about? No. Sometimes I think a bit about food. Never mind. Right, I'm going to go to the party maybe later if Saith Enin lets me off my duties. Oh, I'll stay here then. Yes, you do that, dear. So, it was the night of the party and Saith Enin was there. Oh, ready to walk in, very, very nervous. His legs were shaking a little bit now. Oh, keep calm, keep composed. She will like you. You're smart, you're attractive. Big breath, walks into the party. Hi. Oh dear. Rushed into the toilets quickly. Calm down, calm down, calm down. She likes you, she likes you, she likes you. Walk back out again. And suddenly he found all the confidence he needed to speak to the princess. And they started having a lovely time. And I think she might have liked him a little bit as well. Well, back on the walls, these poor men, Gwyn and Llewellyn, just standing there thinking, what's the time now? When's Saith Enin going to be back? I want to go to that party. I need a drink down me. It's a ruddy awful night out here. Because by this time it had started to rain and the winds were starting to shh. And it had started to whip up the waves. Well, you know, Gwyn was thinking, I wish I was in bed with a nice cup of cocoa now. Llewellyn, of course, was thinking about sheep because that tends to be all he ever does. And then Gwyn said, right, okay, I'm going to go to that party. 1 minute. 1 minute, what's that? There was a great wave starting to come on the horizon. And after this great wave had broke against the wall, more and more started coming after it. And the rain was falling heavier now. And the wind was going... Well, Gwyn thought, oh, Llewellyn, you best ring that warning bell. I think there's going to be a storm. Oh, there won't be a storm. I've seen it worse than this. Oh, it's been many a harsh winter. Just go and ring the bell. Okay, where are you going to go? I think I'm going to go and get Saith Enin. He's supposed to be our boss, and he's not even here, my good lord. Okay, I'll go and ring the bell then. Llewellyn calmly trudged off and started climbing the steps to the tower to ring the bell, whilst Gwyn was rushing round in a panic, thinking, oh my good lord, I've got to find Saith Enin. Where is he? Where is he? Come on. And then Gwyn rushes into the party, thinking, where is he? Oh, there he is, chatting up that bird of his again. Good. Saith Enin, Saith Enin, I think there's going to be a storm. I think there's going to be a storm. You have to warn everybody. Oh, no problem. Hiya, gorgeous. Oh, for God's sake, come away, man. Well, he's not going to listen to me. I may as well warn the king. Your Majesty, there's going to be a storm. What did you say? I can't hear you over this music. I can't hear you. There's going to be a storm. One. Gets the microphone. There's going to be a storm. And just at that moment, all the music cut out. Of course. Gwyn looked around at the party and said, well, I think you all know now. Oh, rubbish, there can't be a storm. It was lovely and sunny today. Well, see for yourself. And then he pulled open the door, just as the biggest wave anyone has ever seen broke down the wall, the far wall. Everyone looked round at each other. There's going to be a storm, and I think we're all going to drown, and I think we're all going to die. Oh my God, we're going to die! And then they all started rushing round like headless chickens. Oh, save the children! Save the house! What about my sheep? Oh no. Well, everybody was racing for it, but I don't think anybody got out. Hardly anyone made it. They were all racing for their lives, but sadly, Cantred Gwaelod was drowned in the year 600, and hundreds of people lost their lives, and those who didn't had lost everything. King Gwyddnog Aranhir was saved, but he was heartbroken because he'd lost his lands forever. I think that deserves an aww. Aww. He's lost his entire life. That was a bit of a weak aww, wasn't it? Come on. Aww. I think it was about that sad. And he used to sit on the beach in Aberystwyth, thinking about the glory days. But the story did end happily for two people. Seifen and Mererid, of course, did get married, and they moved to North Wales to start a new life together. And many years later, when they all had children and they'd grown up a little bit more, they came on holiday to Aberystwyth. Well, I did tell you it was a lovely place, didn't I? And they sat on the beach. And as the holiday makers around them began to disperse, Mererid was sure that she could hear the faint jingling of